Good morning, guys. We are continuing the chapter non-ferrous alloys. Cop- uh, Different types of. We are continuing this chapter with alloy of copper. We are adding aluminum in the copper, so it is called copper aluminum. What is its composition? It's basically composition of 2 to 10% of copper with addition of other element. Means normal copper element means copper should be basic element. So 2 to 10% is copper and other similar additions, other elements are added there in copper aluminum alloys. Most of the alloys in this group, aluminum is the primary constituent, and in the cast alloys the basic structure consists of codes dendrites of aluminum solid solution. Dendrites is one of the structures. Core dendrites, this is one of the one structure of aluminum solid solution. Copper forms copper ferrous aluminum of 6 atoms. This is molecular formula of different copper aluminum alloys. Copper and aluminum different molecular structure. Copper aluminum, here ferrous extra added, here also ferrous extra added, but 2 copper atom and 17 aluminum atom. This is aluminum, sorry, this is aluminum Al. In here one copper atom and 6 aluminum alloys, but one ferrous atom and manganese atom. Another is copper manganese aluminum with manganese. This type of different type of composition in copper aluminum alloys. You just remember what is this properties of this alloy. The copper provides substantial increase in strength. Why you are using copper? Copper provides strength and facilitates precipitation hardening. The introduction of copper to aluminum can also reduce ductility and corrosion resistance. Means ductility and corrosion resistance decreases. Where it is used, where it is applications in electrical parts, you are using you have seen in the electrical wires copper aluminum parts are there. Heat exchangers, copper aluminum alloys are used. Screw machining products, household utensil. Household means in kitchen. You have seen different type of kitchen, pressure cooker, tawa. This type of utensils are made of copper aluminum alloys. Now you are using. Now you are studying about copper tin alloys. Basically, it is called bronze. Bronze means copper plus tin. What is its composition? Tin varies from 12 to 2 to 12%. Tin percentage is 2 to 12%, and these are harder than brass. The strength of the bronze increases gradually with the amount of tin. As you increases the percentage of tin, bronze strength increases, reaching a maximum about 20% of tin. Means 2 to 20%. As we are using tin percentage, strength also increases up to maximum 20% of tin. But as the beyond, if you are using beyond 20%, then strength, then bronze strength decreases. Bronze is most ductile. It is ductile, basically ductile, and it contains about 5% of tin. With this amount, when tin percent is 5%, then bronze is mostly ductile. Its ductile level is highest at 5% of tin. It may at this percentage of tin, it may be rolled satisfactorily at red heat. Bronze is used cheaply for casting. As the amount of tin increases beyond 5.5 percentage, means if you are increasing above 5 percentage of tin in bronze, the ductility decreases and practically disappear. Means when it is tin percentage 20%, then the ductility is 0. There is no ductility as 20% of tin. Bronze containing tin within 8 to 11% of tin was formerly known as gunmetal. Gunmetal means 8 to 11 percentage of tin. When tin percentage is 4 to 8%, it is called coinage bronze. Where it is application, making bells, ringing bells in temples, you are made of bronze. It is cheaply for used for casting making coins and metals. Phosphorus bronze. What is its composition? 4% in phosphorus bronze, 4% tin, 4% lead, and 4% zinc. Approximately this amount of tin, lead, and zinc is present in phosphorus bronze. However, good qualities the bronzes might have, they are greatly increased by the addition of phosphorus. As you increases phosphorus, the quality of the bronze increases. Properties: tensile stress, elastic resistance, and resistance to elasticity and resistance to fatigue are increasing. Good elasticity, tensile strength also good, resistance to fatigue also good. Good bearing capacity, it can sustain good load, it can sustain good load, so it is called good load bearing capacity. It can sustain good load. And low coefficient of friction, where it is used in bearing, pump parts, springs, and gears. Babbitt. Babbitt means 89% tin, 9% antimony, and 2% copper. You remember this in MCQ in different exam also you are getting this. What is Babbitt means? Highest percentage of tin, Pb, Sn, and copper. Babbitt metal is characterized by its resistance to galling. Babbitt metal is soft and easily damaged, which suggests that it might be unsuitable for bearing surface. It is not suitable for bearing surface. Why? It is soft and can be easily damaged. Babbitt structures, however, is made of small hard crystal dispersed in a softer metal, which makes it a metal matrix composite. Where it is used in turning tools like saw blades. You have shown in lathe machine, you have also in the workshop saw blades. Internal combustion engine. What is brass? Brass means 5 to 45% of zinc. In copper alloys, zinc percentage is 5 to 45% of zinc, and rest are copper extra material. It has excellent mechanical properties, high corrosion resistance, and it can be machinable, easily machinable. Where it is used in manufacturing of evaporators. In evaporators it is used in sugar industries due to corrosion resistance. It has high corrosion resistance, so it is used in sugar industry. You have seen in evaporators in sugar industry. And heat conductivity, it has high heat conductivity. This is the classification of brass. It is I have copy paste from the one of the book. It is in this book. It is completely given in the tabular form. A different type of brass are montage, cartridge, or spinning brass, brazing brass, red brass, high brass, and low brass. And there is a composition of different type of brass: copper and Sn, Cu and Sn. Reddish and each color are also given, and its applications are used in this table. You just read and remember. What is copper nickel alloys? In copper nickel alloys, 80% copper and 5% nickel, and the rest are other materials. What is its properties? Addition to, as you increases nickel in copper nickel alloys, copper improves mechanical properties and resistance to corrosion. Copper properties is, what is copper properties? It has good mechanical properties. As you increases copper, its resistance to corrosion also increases. They have fair strength, good plasticity, and low thermal conductivity. This alloy has good, fair means good strength, as usual, good strength, normal strength, but good plasticity and low thermal conductivity. Thermal conductivity means heat cannot be passes from this material, very lowly passes. Where it is used, they are extensively used in base metal on which silver is plated for table ware and for high grade plumbing and hardware. Used for electrical wires and numerous fittings.